What's going on, Burpee Nation? Here at Burpee OG, coming to you guys. Want to talk a little bit about the summary workout on the 122 count burpee. Um, I posted my first video was 75 22 count burpees. And why did I post the 100? There's a reason for that. I started, and this is to a lot of the guys that have been getting at me about, man, I'm struggling with these. I'm stuck at 5. I want to increase. Listen, this is not a sprint race. This is a marathon. So that, with that being said, you got to keep in mind that these are high intensity calisthenics, man. You know what I'm saying? This is something that you're not going to just dive into it and say, I'm doing 50 22 count burpees. These take a toll on you, man. So this is something that's a gradual climb. I started with 5. When my very first time I did them, I did 5 and I thought I was gonna die. Okay, so little by little, I started increasing the amount of 22 counts. Why do I do 22 count burpees versus just doing the conventional 6 count burpee, 113, 115, 200, whatever it is? Because I want to continue to elevate the intensity of my burpees. And I believe that the 22 count, to me, that's the cream of the crop. That is the top of the food chain, because you're on a constant movement, and it's not just one burpee. You're doing 5 burpees pretty much before you come up. Okay, that's why it's called a 22 count. It's a 22 count movement per burpee. So I do them because I know I'm gonna do variations, and I'm gonna do some very difficult stuff that I know I'm gonna need that strength that's required for them. So I train with the 22 count burpee. I just think that if you can somehow manage to have some control of this 22 count burpee, then you can start elevating the workout with variations of burpees with the Navy SEALs, whether it is the 2 pump, 3 pump, 4 pump, 5 pump, and then kickouts, and then increase the amount of it. You know what I'm saying? From 100 to 113 to 115, 120, whatever it is that you can handle. With that being said, you have to keep in mind that breathing is so important, man. And it's the hardest thing to do, to be able to have control of this exercise. Okay, I practice breathing through my nose, and I try to breathe through my nose only when I first start. If you notice, when I do my first burpee and I come up, I inhale right through my nose. By the time I'm coming down to do my next burpee, I'm letting out all the air that I just inhaled completely out. Because when I start doing the kickouts, every motion is gonna have a breathing count with it. You see what I'm saying? So that way, you're not so focused on all your breathing. You know what I mean? If you're just breathing through your mouth, you're like trying to gasp as much air as you can, and now you're completely off base with the actual exercise. So as hard as it is, even for me today, as hard as it is for me, I just focus so much on my breathing, because I know I'm gonna put my body through some serious pain. Okay, so throughout my workout, and then I just go. Okay, mid workout, I'm probably inhaling through my nose and letting out through my mouth, even as I'm doing my my movements. And then towards the end, I'm gassed out, man, and I'll be the first to admit, then I start gasping for air. You see what I'm saying? But another my number two focus after breathing is the form on how I do my burpees, because you can go down there and just go all out and then be all over the place. To me, form is very important because that's how you get the max out of that exercise. So if you notice, when you go to my videos and you see me come down, it seems like I'm doing them almost in slow motion. You know what I'm saying? But it's the reason why is because I want to get the full effect, you know what I'm saying, of my push-up, of my kickouts. One thing I'm gonna share, and I haven't shared, only with Burpee King. Me and him in constant communication. We from the same town. Basically related. Okay. And I shared with him. I shared this with him the other day. Somebody went on my YouTube channel and they were like, "Oh, what's up with the half kickouts and whatnot?" Okay, and what people don't know is I have an existing back problem, which I've damaged my sciatica nerve uh, 9 years ago. It's been years for me to recover from that because I still feel pain sometimes, and I'm a barber, so I gotta stand all day, and there was times where I wasn't even working out, so I was having no support, no exercise, nothing. So I lived in constant pain. So I'm doing a lot better now. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you guys see me do this exercise. I'm getting stronger, you know what I'm saying? But I do proper warm-ups. I do proper stretching because I know that any wrong thing is going to put me out of commission. It might put me out of commission for good. Okay? One, sometimes you see me wear a knee brace. I do have one bad knee. It's completely messed up. You know what I mean? And sometimes it pops. You know what I mean? As I'm doing them. So if you see that sometimes I don't do a full extension, you know what I mean? When I do my kickouts, there's a reason for that. You know what I mean? Not because I'm trying to cheat it. It's just because, you know what? I'm protecting myself. But at the same time, you know what? I'm trying to do them correctly and I'm trying to have the best form possible that I can. Okay, with that being said, I make no excuses. I still get down and do them anyways, no matter what it is that I'm going through. Okay, so the 22 count burpee to me is king of the hill. Bottom line, you know what I'm saying? And if you want to do these 22 count burpees, I say go for it, man. Pull the trigger. Iron Wolf, a guy that I just constantly, I look at his YouTube videos, I see what he does, and I'm like, and this guy is just, he's on a different level. That man, sometimes I think he ain't human. You know what I'm saying? That boy's a beast. You know what I'm saying? But he will even tell you, 22 counts is the real deal, man. You know what I mean? And if you want to train your body and you want to train your mind to overcome that how you say it, that doubt in your mind. Oh, I can't do this. I'm so. Listen, man. Just do them. Get in, dive into them. If you're doing 5 for the first or second week or whatever, the next time double it up. Take a little bit more time doing them. You know what I'm saying? Do your proper breathing. Like little by little, build up that strength that you need, because it's gonna burn. You're gonna burn through the whole workout. You're not, some people work out, they do a little burn, and when they feel that little burn, they stop. That's it, done deal. Nah, you gotta burn beyond them limits. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually, you know what, you're gonna get used to that burn. And when you get used to it, you're just gonna go down there and just do them, boom, 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 and you get up, take a breather, on to the next one. If you notice on my videos, again, when I do my burpees, I try to stay consistently. I don't, I get up. You don't see me run in place or anything because I know I'm going for a long haul with it. So I get up, you know what I'm saying? And when I start getting tired, you will see me, I will kind of like crouch down a little bit, you know what I'm saying, to try to breathe a little bit more. And then I just go right back down, you know what I mean? And do some solid burpees. Okay, so for those of you guys that constantly asking, man, you know what, I'm stuck. I was stuck at 30. You know what I'm saying? And I said, you know what? And I went to 50. I went to 65. Then I went to 75. And Iron Wolf sent me a text. He said, bro, he said, pull that trigger already. 75 is just as good as 100. So you know what? Instead of going from 75 to 85 like I had planned, I went and said, boom, and I just went straight for it. 75 to 100. You know what I mean? And I know that the next time I get into them, you know what I'm saying, adjusting to this elevation, because I was doing them in Florida. Flat land, man, it was just, I'm doing over here at 6,200 feet above sea level. So the air is a little bit thinner over here. You know what I mean? But no excuses. Guess what? I will do those 150. Best believe that. I was a non-believer in what I'm about to share with you guys. My wife is an avid believer in taking vitamins. I'm 47 years old. She says, honey, you're older already. You know what I'm saying? You need vitamins. You know, your body doesn't react the same way. And you know what? And I felt always exhaustion. I felt pain. I felt, and then I seen, Iron Wolf post a video about vitamins. By this time, I started taking vitamins based on, my wife, continuously tell me, just get the vitamins. And I've been hard-headed. Like, I don't need the vitamins. I don't need the vitamins. So, I'm taking vitamins. And with these calisthenics, best believe, man, you know what? You need something to supplement that, that punishment you're putting yourself through. I take the omega-3 fish oil, 1,000 milligrams. You only need one a day. I take the magnesium. I take the turmeric, one a day. I take iron, and I take an energy vitamin. They're just, they'll dissolve. It's just water. They're not gonna be chemicals or anything damage your liver, whatever. On the label, it tells you what they're for. Like the magnesium. Magnesium is essential for the formation of bone, and also supports nerve, muscle, and heart health. You see what I'm saying? So basically, it supports the stuff that we do that constantly, with these workouts. We're putting ourselves through some serious pains, you know what I'm saying? Fish oil, I remember before these, they had the actual oil. I remember my grandpa, taking actual spoonfuls of fish oil. Turmeric supports a healthy inflammatory response, promotes cardiovascular, immune, joint, and skin health. You see what I'm saying? So, it for the inflammations of your muscles, everything. So these things do work. I feel a lot better taking these vitamins. You know what I'm saying? Especially, when I wake up in the morning, I take them and I feel good. I feel like they're really helping me repair my body. You know what I'm saying? For some of you guys that are struggling with weight, I was at 235 pounds. I'm probably at 200 right now. And you guys found what's really working, which is the burpees. But guys, let me tell you this. With any exercise that you put into, a lifestyle for you to lose weight, you have to somehow integrate a diet with it too. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go and bust down 115 burpees, you know what I mean? And then you go back and then you just, and you're already trying to lose weight, and then you just, pack on the burgers and the burritos and all that, then you're kind of defeating the purpose, man. So everything in moderation. You know what I mean? If you want to have, your little burger, cut that one in half, whatever, and then just eat half. Or, get into the salads, man. Get into, healthy eating. You know, there's guys that are doing this religiously, and and I see them post some really good food, you know what I mean, that other people might think, oh man, that's not healthy, but man, these guys are putting out some serious workouts, so when they eat that stuff, that thing just disappears, you know what I mean. So this is mainly to the guys that are really trying to lose that weight, that extra love handles, and they want to tighten the chest up a little bit, you know what I mean. And you guys know who I'm talking about, so I encourage you guys that if you guys are going to be putting in this type of work, don't defeat it by going and stuffing your face, you know what I mean, with the whole pie of pizza and 2 burgers and fries and a milkshake and all that. Nah, man, you know what? Train the same way you're training your body to exercise. Train your mind to treat your body internally with healthy eating. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of fruits. I do a lot of vegetables. My wife is a vegetarian, so she doesn't hardly even cook any meat. I'm the one that will buy a pack of pork chops or some chicken or whatever, and once a week, I will go ahead and cook me a little bit of meat. I like to eat meat once in a while, you know what I'm saying? But she's teaching me that I don't need to eat all that meat, you know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, like red meat, it takes a long time to digest. Sometimes it stays stuck to your fatty cells, you know what I mean? So, and I've seen the difference in her, and the energy and her skin, everything, So, I'm kind of glad that, we're, whether we're eating rice, beans, and potatoes and salads and whatever it is, you know what I mean? I got used to it, and it's actually working out for me, man. You know what I mean? In closing, I found out something that's very crucial to the exercise that we do. Sneakers, tennis shoes, whatever you want to call them. These are a training shoe. Training shoe, you will notice they have the black soles in the bottom. You have the running shoe, which doesn't have it. You know what I'm saying? So most of them don't have it. But the training, the training shoe that a lot of people use, for lifting, they'll do it for running on the treadmill, whatever. They usually get these type of sneakers right here. They're made from Nike. They're called Lunarlon or whatever it is. You can see right there. I just think that you should be working out with the right sneaker. You know what I mean? I was wearing, sometimes high tops and everything. And I found that every time I did, I felt like, I felt uncomfortable. And these weighed maybe, I don't know, maybe like 12 ounces or something like that. You know what I mean? Very light shoe. So, I bought these at the Nike outlet for $35. At the Nike outlet. $35 for a training shoe. You know what I'm saying? So if you can invest and if you can afford it, $35, $40, get your nice training shoe, and they'll last you quite a while, 6 months, 8 months, whatever. And you know what? You get your money's worth because of what you're doing. Then you go and spend another $35, $40 and get another pair as you see fit. So there it is there. 22 count burpee. And you got to take baby steps, And I said it before, it was said to me by my aunt, and anything in life, and she used this analogy. She said, she asked me, she said, do you know what's the best way to eat a whole elephant? And I was like, eat a whole elephant? Ain't nobody gonna eat elephant, period. But she was making a point. She said, if you was to eat a whole elephant, how would you eat it? And I was like, man. So she had me thinking. And I'm like, how you do it? She said, one bite at a time. That's how you devour a whole elephant. One bite at a time. You can't chop it up by limbs or whatever. One small bite at a time. Same thing with the 22 count. One 22 count at a time. You know what I'm saying? So, you guys can do it, man. Like Iron Wolf said, pull that trigger and go for it. Burpee OG signing out. I'm gonna get mine now.